So a couple of weeks back, I went to a parents' evening with my nearly 14-year-old daughter, and she was choosing her GCSEs, as we all did when we were at that age at school. The evening was actually, I would have described it as each of the teachers had to pitch their subject. So the subjects that weren't mandatory, like maths, English, RE, the other subjects had to sort of give a 5-minute presentation on what the course covered, why you should do it, why it's for you, and kind of pitch the subject to the whole year who was sitting in the room. Now, Rosie, my daughter, says to me as I'm sat there, you're going to, you sit here and you analyse all the speeches and you pick up all the things that people are doing wrong. And I was like, I don't expect to, everyone to be presenting perfectly, but I do sort of analyse it. I just do it by habit almost. But, the thing is that people just want to get across their content. You want to engage an audience. You don't have to be an expert speaker to do that, but you want to sort of practice it, rehearse it, and see how people sort of, how they experience it. But there was one speaker that I picked up on, and admittedly, I sort of started mumbling away, because what she did is she repeated the word obviously in front of nearly every sentence she said. Obviously, we're going to do this. Obviously, the course covers this. Obviously, the groups will be this size. Whatever she was saying, she literally started every sentence. I actually counted 11 times in 5 minutes. And for me, the audience sitting, listening to that presentation, I was sitting there thinking, it's not obvious. It's not obvious to me at all. Now, I bet you if I'd gone up to her afterwards and said to her, did you know that you kept saying obviously, and did you notice you said it 11 times, and actually it wasn't obvious to anyone in the audience, did you realise you were doing that? I bet you she would have said, no, gosh, I hadn't realised. Now, we all have funny twicks, and we all do funny stuff. As soon as you have a camera on you, or you have an audience full of people, you sometimes start doing weird stuff that you don't really want to do. And the only way that you sort of can keep those sort of quirks and funny habits that you have away from presentations is to practice. And not practice in front of a mirror or practice to yourself. You need the pressure of the audience. So whether that is one person, two people before you present, just running that presentation past people, those people give you the pressure you need. Now, you might be presenting to a lot more people, or you might be presenting online, but actually just having pressure from other people will sort of get all those quirks and funny habits out in your presentation. And if you wanted to run your presentation past me, then all you're going to do is set up a free consult at www.unintentionally.com. And you can run your presentation past me. I can make suggestions and pick up any of these quirky habits that you might have, because most humans have them. And we just need to cut them out of our presentations. So it wasn't obvious to me, and I'm sure it wasn't obvious to the whole audience. But if she had run that presentation past someone beforehand, she might have picked that up. So if you need help, go to www.uandlaura.com, and I look forward to seeing you there.